Hello and welcome to my video. So basically I wanted to try something out. I wanted to do a series of characters from different movies and TV shows and redo them in a different cartoon style. So I wanted to start off with Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. It's one of my favorite movies, and he's one of my favorite characters, and I wanted to draw him in the Rick and Morty style. So let's get started. So now I'm just trying to do some simple construction, thinking about the big shapes of the character, and thinking about how those shapes are going to relate to the simple shapes of the Rick and Morty style. So I'm just trying to think of like big oval shape. I'm trying to go for like, I guess, closer to Rick since he's an adult. He's got a more cylindrical head. Yeah, as you can see, I brought up a bunch of reference of Lieutenant Dan and some images from Rick and Morty. Just so I can, really try to match the style as best as I can. So yeah, I grabbed a reference from one of the episodes. I think it's the episode where there's parasites in Morty's house, and they're trying to figure out like who's a parasite, what characters are real, and which ones are parasites. So I felt like that was a good one to reference because it kind of has like a differentiation of all the different types of characters from Rick and Morty and like the sort of style guide they follow really shows in that image. I'm really trying to just design the character first before I pose it. I feel like that's a lot easier to do. Sometimes I'll just go straight into a pose, and if I'm just doing like a sketch or something, I'll just go straight into a pose and not really worry too much about the design. And even here, I'm just trying to mess around with them, I'm trying to have fun. So yeah, I'm designing him around the time when he became Forrest Gump's first mate. When Forrest got his boat, the Jenny. So yeah, I'm designing him, trying to simplify the shapes, figuring out a pose. I'm kind of going for like the kook, like wacky kind of guy, 'cause I feel like that's kind of how he was in the movie. Now I'm just trying to exaggerate that even more.
Get to making with jive, boy, station. When it hits you, yeah.
You can see here I'm trying to like figure out that other side of the shirt, how that's gonna look just when it's hidden on the other side of the body. Sometimes when you're frustrated on like trying to figure something out, it's good to just move on to something different, a different part of the drawing. So I do that a lot throughout this. I haven't really been designing characters lately. I feel like I'm kind of rusty. I've been busy trying animating actually on a just project I'm directing for Toon Therapy. So yeah, if you don't know what Toon Therapy is, it's sort of like a studio that me and a bunch of my friends started. We're gonna be making cartoons and putting them up online for everyone to see. So yeah, I'm currently just working on animating that and figuring some stuff for that. We're almost done, hopefully. So yeah, I'm just kind of using this project as a way to sort of get back into things, get back into drawing characters. I miss it. I miss doing it, and I'm totally rusty. So yeah, I think that pose looks good. He looks wacky enough. So now it's time to work on the final line work. So I like to just use like one of the standard pen pressure brushes that Photoshop has. But for a style like Rick and Morty, if you really look closely, the line work is sort of wobbly, and I feel like they kind of do that on purpose to emphasize the mood and the style of the show. So something I noticed with shows like Rick and Morty is that their line work doesn't really have pen pressure to it. They sort of keep like a rounded edge to it, and I feel like that also sort of emphasizes the type of mood that they're trying to go for. It just goes along with the wobbly line work, and yeah, so I feel like it's a stylistic choice. So I made sure to like pay attention to things like that, because those subtle things like the way they do their line work is what really makes a difference between like trying to match a style and actually matching it. Um, and I'm not saying like this is gonna be perfectly matched to Rick and Morty, but it's more like an exercise thing that I'm trying to do. So that's just something to pay attention to whenever you're trying to match a style of a show like this, or any show really. It's just keeping in mind the quality of their line work. So now here I'm just doing a shortcut really. I'm just copying and I'm duplicating and pasting that arm of the wheelchair onto the other side just to make things quicker. I mean, you don't really have to redraw everything. Sometimes it's a lot cleaner and easier to just copy and paste something. So now the way I'm going to make a perfect circle for the wheel of this wheelchair is by selecting the shape tool, and once you got the shape that you want, you can actually reduce the stroke to match the stroke of the line work you've already done, and just so it's all unified together. I learned that from the YouTube channel BAM Animation, so you should definitely check it out. They have a lot of good tips on designing characters, turnarounds, backgrounds, and they have a lot of cool tips that I've never really heard of, like this. So yeah, using the shape tool is a nice, quick, easy way to get that perfect circle for your designs. So now that the final line work is done, it's time to move on to color. A quick and easy way to color is by selecting the paint bucket tool and checking all the boxes in the top of Photoshop. And what that does is it allows you to fill everything in within a closed area. So if all your lines are closed on the piece, then you can literally just press it and it'll be filled in. So you don't need to use any magic wand tool or selection tool. It'll just automatically fill in that closed off area. So as you can see, I sort of breezed through the coloring process on this.
Yes, you shall. When it hits you, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, you holler. Yes, indeed.
1, 2, 3, do it!
And now just for the final details, I wanted to dirty up his shirt a little bit. And I think we're calling this done. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Please let me know if you like this idea of me taking different characters from movies and TV shows and turning them into cartoons. And if you have any suggestions for what characters or different styles I should do next, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye!